It's an exciting time to be a gold and copper miner, with more upside in the commodity price. It's been a transformative year for Barrick, one where we have invested heavily in our people and our assets, and we feel that we've reached a pivotal point that will add impetus to our strong growth trajectory. Above all is our unwavering commitment to sustainability, enabling our vision not only to be the best gold and copper producer in the world, but also one that people will want to own. Moving to Africa and the Middle East, these regions contributed 38% of our attributable gold production and 79% of our copper in 2024. Like Reko Diq, the super pit expansion at Lumwana is close to being fully permitted, and the feasibility study is now complete. We've appointed our engineering partners and finalized the environmental and social impact studies, for which we now have received the permit. We are also on track with early works design and long lead item fabrication. This highlights the big advantage of emerging markets, where large expansions and new projects can be completed much more quickly than in the developed world, but at exactly the same standard. In addition to the work at Lumwana, last week we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Zambian government's Industrial Resources Limited, forming a strategic partnership to drive mining and exploration in Zambia. This collaboration aligns with Zambia's vision to increase annual copper production to 30 million tons in the coming decades. Since 2005, we have contributed more than $3.2 billion to the Malian treasury in the form of dividends, royalties, and taxes. More recently, in the past 2 years alone, we contributed $400 million in 2023 in cash to the Malian treasury and $460 million in 2024 to that same treasury. Had the mine not been forced into temporary suspension, we were on track to contribute more than $550 million in 2025 at current gold prices. Beyond the financial contributions, our focus has always been on long-term growth to sustain those benefits for Mali and its people. Since 2005, we have produced nearly 10.5 million ounces of gold and have added more than 15 million ounces to reserves, extending the mine's life to 2041. But more importantly, we have built and developed local talent. Today, Malians are operating across our global business, including in Nevada, and their expertise is a key reason why these assets continue to succeed. The talent extends beyond our workforce. We have helped develop Malian businesses that have pioneered growth in the mining sector, some of which have expanded beyond Mali as a country. From specialized mining contractors to fuel and consumable suppliers, the economic multiplier effect of mining is immense, creating opportunities to go far beyond the mine itself. Now crossing over to the DRC, Kibali, the biggest gold mine in Africa and one of the most automated in the world, had a much improved quarter as we worked to address some operational challenges that plagued the mine for most of the 2024 calendar year. While it took longer than expected, those issues are now behind us. Kibali is a great mine, low cost with a long life, and significant opportunities within its mining lease. Production increased quarter on quarter and sustaining costs were well controlled. We're confident that Kibali will show significant improvement across the board during 2025. The new solar plant and battery storage system are planned for commissioning at the end of Q2 of this year, and this will see an increase in the availability of renewable energy from 81% to 85%. In 6 months of the year, we will generate electricity with zero carbon emissions. In Tanzania, North Mara was a standout performer across all metrics, serving as a great example of what can be achieved when the right management team is in place and operating to our standards. Production was up 20% quarter on quarter on the back of higher grades and higher throughput. At Bulyanhulu, we've seen significant improvements as we continue to increase the scale of the operation. North Mara's life of mine has been sustained beyond 10 years, and Bulyanhulu's life is well over 20 years. In Zambia, our Lumwana copper mine delivered a stellar performance. A record quarterly production brought the mine back into guidance and delivered a significant improvement in costs, ensuring a successful end to 2024. Many of the feasibility study assumptions for the super pit expansion have now been proven in the operation. The image on the left shows the super pit alongside a summary of the feasibility study results on the right. This is a standout project, and it is important to put it into perspective. When Barrick acquired the mine in 2011, it was unprofitable and resulted in a $5 billion write-down. In the past 5 years, a focus on cost discipline and exploration has added significantly to reserves, extending the life of mine by more than 20 years. Today, the mine is sustainably profitable and a pillar of our copper growth strategy. We are targeting 30% growth on a gold equivalent ounce basis towards the end of the decade, built on our current reserves. We will continue to replace and add to those reserves and resources, further supporting our growth. What's more, we have the balance sheet strength to fund our growth and continue to invest in our own future without relying on the market. By any measure, Barrick today presents a standout value opportunity.